Hi, it's Sarah. We just wrapped up another Mindful Monday circle, and I wanted to share about that and read what came through. For me, tonight's word was arise. For people who are on my mailing list, you probably knew that that was coming. It was a nice circle. We had a bunch of new people in, which was really nice. And arise is a great word for a writing meditation, because in meditation we pay attention to, or we can pay attention to, what sensations arise, what thoughts arise, what emotions arise. And we don't have to do anything with that. We can just notice. And then, of course, with me being the word nerd, that some of the definitions of arise. A little bit different from rise. Rise mostly has replaced arise at this point, but that little prefix does a lot of work. So different from simply to just stand or become awake. Arise, to begin to occur or exist, to come into being or to come into attention. I love this one. To originate from a source, to move upward, to ascend. As it was recently pointed out to me that, emotions arise, ascend. I don't know how to pronounce the Old English, but that's the etymological history of arise. Arisan, to have a beginning, to come into being or action, to spring from, to originate, to ascend. So, sitting in the stillness, sensation arises, thoughts arise, emotions arise. And then as writers, words, meaning arises, ascends, originating from source. This is just one of the ways that I love blending writing and meditation. It just goes together so well. And like I always say, there's nothing quite like relaxing to get through any kind of block. There's information below for if you're interested in joining the writing meditation circles that I do on Mondays. The next one is September 12th. I send out reminders to folks on my list so that you don't have to keep track of this stuff. So first, we do that guided meditation in these circles, and then we spend some time in quiet meditation, and then we do a 20-minute silent writing meditation. And with Arise, the prompt, you can do that for yourself if you'd like to. The prompt can be, what is arising? And using writing to deepen the awareness of what is arising, letting the writing and the meditation work together. So I'm going to read what I wrote, which is always fun to do. Quick aside before I read. Someone asked, why is this not the same as stream of consciousness writing? In stream of consciousness, it is not, in my understanding, in the way that I practice stream of consciousness writing, it is not directed. It is not about coming back to a point or focusing. Stream of consciousness goes. In a writing meditation, it's to return, to focus again, to begin again, to bring consciousness back and again, and see where that goes. So that's the difference. I find it to be about depth and exploration. Okay. Gosh, it's so great. It's so much easier to stream than it is to record and edit stuff. Hooray. Okay, what is arising? Judgment of my neighbors upstairs, the elephants in apartment 2. But it's not really their fault. It's whoever built this Victorian 100 years ago. It's not even the builders, it's the ground underneath for quaking and shaking and imperceptibly dismantling the foundation underneath us, which means it's the maker of earthquakes I'm judgmental of, which makes me pretty self-righteous. I better humble myself before my shadow calls forth a devastating earthquake. And isn't it nice to be able to hear the neighbors upstairs, to know there are human beings nearby, to be able to hear at all? To live in a place I've always wanted to live, where always means 7 months. What is arising? A pain in my neck. I am a pain in my own neck. Oh, Sarah, preacher of the long hand, ye seldom speak of the neck pain. Do not speaketh of neck pain, or they will flee in fear. What is arising? The warmth of pain down my neck and right shoulder. But if I call it a warm, throbbing reminder that I'm alive, it doesn't hurt at all. I mean, shucks, a warm, throbbing reminder that I'm alive sounds rather fantastic now, doesn't it? There it is, the humor. The humor arises. She jokes so that she doesn't have to be vulnerable. She jokes. She jests. Look, now she plays a character, even with herself. She hides a little playfully. Quick, let's make a career out of playing playfully and being characters. Yes, the storyteller. It's all above board now, all nicely explained. Putting things neatly into boxes arises. The container store in my mind arises. Lovely lucite boxes with lids. We haven't lost any lids yet, kids. And everything fits and goes right where it ought to go, categorized and neat, clean, lovely, not the actual chaos that is arising. What am I doing with my life? Where is the map, the user's manual, the Audubon handbook to birds in my mind's eye? An eagle arises, a stork, a peacock, and a chicken. They arise, and they take flight, save the chicken. My heart will soar too one day. It will alight and take flight, but until then, I'm just chicken. No, that's terrible. Judgment arises anytime a pun rears its ugly head. The pun, a sure sign that I am not feeling anything at all below the neck. Ouch. Judgment arises again for the lowly pun. Hey, someone has to do the heavy lifting around here. We still have bills to pay. Multiple personality disorder arises. Just kidding. That's not funny. Censorship and cancel culture arise. And now overcorrection and rebellion arise. And now, unbelievably, the resurrection of Beavis and Butthead arise. A 90s renaissance arises. And now, even flow. Thoughts arise like butterflies arises. Pearl Jam arises, a memory of being backstage in high school, getting ready for the last performance of Into the Woods. I'm a reluctant Cinderella. I'd rather be a superhero. The need to be humble again arises, along with that warm, throbbing awareness in my neck. If I don't joke, I'll suffer, or as my grandmother would say, if we don't laugh, we'll cry. Tenderness from my grandmother arises, and gratitude, and awareness of the commitment to keep going, to keep looking for the light, the earthquake laughter mixed in the debris and the darkness. Thanks for letting me share. Check out one of the writing meditation circles. Come to a Mindful Mondays if you want to do some writing. And until then, write on.